What's your message right now? We'll talk about many things, but at the top of your agenda is what?
I think the main message is that we are treating cardiovascular disease being the #1 killer in the world. We're treating it very well, but very, very expensive. And the prevalence of cardiovascular disease is increasing because of obesity, high blood pressure. And the question is, we have to make a transition into promoting health and trying to emphasize that. If we don't move into this direction, it will be unaffordable. It will be very difficult. But let me tell you something that is important for the people watching this program. There are 6 risk factors that affect cardiac disease, coronary disease, and are very simple. 2 are physical, blood pressure,
right,
and what you measure in your stomach, obesity.
Right.
2 are chemical, cholesterol and blood sugar.
Right.
And 2 are 2 questions: do you smoke or not, or you do exercise or not?
Right, gotcha.
If you have none of the 6, the chances of you having a heart attack over a 10-year follow-up is less than 1%.
Less than 1% if you're not obese, if you don't smoke, if you exercise,
if your blood pressure
and
is
your
normal.
blood pressure is normal.
So, and if the cholesterol is normal and you don't have high blood sugar.
Right.
The problem is people know this, but they're not following it. And the question is why? And to change your habits is very difficult, particularly the adults. We have great difficulties on that. This is why prevention, I think, is failing, because you always feel you are in the side that you will do good.
And how much of that is genetic?
Well, let me tell you, not as much as people think. Because if you go 2 centuries ago and you look at the statistics of autopsy, coronary artery disease was not prevalent. So it's a disease of modern times. Therefore,
so it's a disease of diet and
acquired world of consumption. Genetics are very important. From 100 smokers, 40 will develop the disease, 60 will not. We talk about it. Probably there's a genetic component there. But the fact of the matter, most of the disease is an acquired disease of modern times. The Lasker Foundation, 9 economists were asked, what would make this country more wealthy in 15 years from now? And they say promoting health through research and development. So research today and development is absolutely critical. And certainly in medicine, or in biomedicine, and in cardiac disease is absolutely necessary if you want to move forward. But the second question is the important one, and that is, what can you do to change all of this? Why we are not preventing disease? I will tell you, first we have to go to children. Children between age 5 and 10 are very receptive. And we have a study with Sesame Street now in Colombia, where we are actually teaching children that health is a priority. And it's a very successful program. And the hypothesis is that is between age 5 and 10 that we modulate our life in the future, our behavior in the future. Why we don't go to a culture, what we are doing in the island of Grenada in the Caribbean? Go into a culture and says, why you don't have groups of people working together, all of you stop smoking, all of you eat better, all of you lose weight, and this is what we are doing. These are the polypill projects.
That's a manageable population, is that it?
Yeah, exactly. But this is very important because we have to go into a culture to have an impact if we want to deal with the adult population. You know how many Americans know their blood pressure in the last year? 30%. And this is a silent killer. Why the other 70% do not know? I would oblige to take the blood pressure to everybody. We need laws, we need obligations, otherwise we don't change. And then we need people around us, like this project in the Caribbean, that can help us in changing habits. So we have to, there are many ways to approach the future, but very different than the conventional ones in the past that we always talk generically.